Oh, I wanted to ask you guys, has everyone seen Mandalorian Season 3 trailer?
No.
I have
No.
not.
Yeah,
I don't know, actually.
I'm not looking
I
forward
didn't
to
know
it.
there was one out.
Okay, I'd like to talk about that. Did you
Alright,
see anything cool in the trailer? What are
I
what are
like-
your expectations for
this
it?
is
Why
gonna
are
be
you not
you and
excited?
Adam, because
Yeah.
the rest have not seen
I
it.
like that they're going back to Mandalore and everything, because that was a very cool part of Rebels, obviously. But I saw a character. I can't think of his fucking name because I don't care to remember it. But it's a sequels character. Like a character from the sequel trilogy. Which I was very, like I wasn't expecting much because it is Disney, and Disney doesn't like to make their, like, consumers happy about anything. Like, even,
Yeah.
like, diehard Star Wars fans who, like,
Yeah.
were pretty much the reason why Disney Plus is even a thing, because that's mostly who watches it is Star Wars fans. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much, but I was like loosely like praying that they would like do something to where the sequel trilogy, the shittiest of all Star Wars, some people's opinion, like mine, like it's like the shittiest movies of all time. Like there's just nothing there. It's absolute dog shit.
Cheers.
I was really hoping that they would just kind of like cancel them out and like they would just fizzle out into the fucking ether where they like belong. And I really thought that the Mandalorian was key to that, and like Ahsoka like surviving in Rebels was key to that because Dave Filoni made it, and I was a big Dave Filoni fan because I thought he was going to be part of the people who were going to get rid of the sequels. Well, in the Mandalorian season 3, there's this little fucking puppet little dude who shows up in the sequels and is like a pretty big and
Oh, Babu Frick.
yeah, that fucker.
I don't know
hate
if
Babu
you don't know if it's him. It's like
Yeah.
the same species.
Nah, bro, that motherfucker is him. There's no mistaking that bitch, dude. I cannot. I saw that shit, dude. I was watching this trailer. I was so happy. I was like, damn, they're going back to Mandalore. That's crazy. Damn, Darksaber, like Bo-Katan and Mando, they got like some sexual tension, but also they might fight. That's kind of cool. Like, crazy. And then
Back to the sex and shows.
And then they fucking come out of left field with fucking what's that dude's name?
Babu Frick.
Fucking Bobo Frick. I was like, what the frick, bro? Where the frick did you come from? Like, I don't even know, dude.
Okay, answer me this. What characters do you want to see more of? Like, do you want to see Luke again? Do you want to see Ahsoka in Mandalorian? Or do you just want to keep it
fuck
with
is this dude?
Mandalorian and Grogu?
I just want it to be fucking Mandalorian and the other Mandalorians fighting for Mandalore because the story, like the fucking show is called The Mandalorian. Like, holy shit. It's almost like they made a show about a Mandalorian who's trying to get back with the other Mandalorians, and then they keep inviting every fucking buddy else on the fucking show. It's not the Mandalorian anymore. It's basically like Star Wars episode fucking Ahsoka, Mandalore, Luke, fucking Babu Frick now. Like, I don't even get it.
Babu Frick.
They might as-
What do you think about Grogu?
Fuck him.
You don't like him?
I hate him.
Did you see the Order 66 flashback, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I was really hoping he would have died, but he didn't. So, no, I'm just kidding. I don't mind Grogu because, like, I think, like, I was reading something like in the Jedi Order. There's like a thing where like if the species of that a Jedi is like dying off, that Jedi can like help to reproduce their species. So like that one motherfucker with the big ass head, like he had like kids because he had to help reproduce, but like you obviously can't get attached to them. So like there's like a theory out there that like Yaddle and Yoda were like Grogu's like parents, but like he could never know. So I thought that'd be a cool concept of him getting the lightsaber. But they completely ruined the idea of Grogu because Luke is becoming literally what the old Jedi were when he wasn't supposed to, because Luke was supposed to be the best of all of them. Because he was supposed to understand that attachment wasn't 100% evil, and that Jedi can have friends, and like all this kind of shit. And then literally the only episode that you see with Luke and Grogu, he's like, hey man, you remember that Mandalorian guy that saved your life multiple times and like risked his life to like fucking bring you home? Like, yeah, you can never see him again. And then also I'm going to give you a choice. Like, you can go back to this motherfucker who saved your life, or you can hang out with me, the creepy Jedi dude with fucking robo-dogs building a fucking Jedi castle in the middle of fucking ass-crack nowhere space. Who the fuck do you think he's going to choose? And what makes no sense to me is he's doing the whole no attachment thing. Luke should know that you need attachment, which he's supposed to in Legends. He should know, because he had fucking friends the entire time. Like, his entire story, he had his friends with him the whole time. Like, he was with Han, Leia, Chewie, and all the droids the whole fucking 3 movies. Like, his whole story, he was with the homies. And he did great things. So why would Grogu not be able to see fucking Mando ever again?
Yeah, that kind of thing was weird.
I think the only reason why they did that is possibly because, like, with how they already made the shitty ass sequels, right?
Exactly, that's what
They
they're
already
doing.
had the
Orienting
story,
towards that.
and how Kylo Ren turned evil and killed everyone in his Jedi school.
Yeah.
Just because that would mean that Grogu would die, and I think they wanted to avoid that for marketing reasons. Personally, I believe.
Probably.
Like, oh,
100%.
Character.
yeah, people know that Grogu dies, yada yada, and then we can't milk this thing for as long as possible.
So to get out of the story aspect of Mandalorian, I really just wanted to talk about that, like a specific scene from the trailer, which was the Order 66 scene, where I imagine is where it's going to show how Grogu survived, right? But in the scene, it shows like 4 Jedi and someone's breaking in through the door, right? And these 4 Jedi have their lightsabers ignited, and it's kind of from the ground area perspective, from how Grogu sees things, little short little guy. But I think, like, what do you think that's going to be? Do you think it's Anakin coming in to kill all those Jedi? And if so, like, don't you want to see that? Like, that's going to be really cool to watch. I don't really care about the story of Mandalorian. I think it's really cool to watch Order 66 happen. I want to see a YouTube video or just something of someone that just made, Anakin going through and slaughtering Jedi. And Palpatine. Palpatine went to the Jedi Temple too.
I think that's a great point.
That
I would
first
love to
scene with Obi-Wan, where like those little kids are training, and there's a Jedi there, and then just all of a sudden, just stormtroopers break out, or clones, and they just start, slaughtering. That was really cool.
Like, the whole Clone Wars and, like, the whole plot, it's basically, like, this idea that one guy kind of pulled the strings to have this entire war to distract the entire galaxy, right? And then just turn it around and, like, create this whole empire. That whole switch from being this war where you have a good side and a bad side, and it switches immediately to just being one giant mass of bad or good, however you see that. But it's just like, it's nuts. And now I agree with you. The whole everything surrounding Order 66 is like prime content. Every aspect, everything, because you have so many questions.
Yeah. Now, I just thought of an idea because you're talking about like how they just turned from the good and bad side to just one massive side. Is you think that Emperor Palpatine, the one controlling all the strings, only arranged that so that they could prepare Anakin to turn into the dark side?
That's definitely Anakin in this trailer. It's definitely a lightsaber.
Like I think the war was only to just push Anakin towards the dark side so that he could have his Darth Vader, because that's his whole plan. was
Yeah.
to
Or
get the
was
chosen one
to
onto his apprentice.
the war was to make it so that everyone was so like everything was so hectic that people were willing to give away their freedoms to the Empire, but it backfired because that made them not want to join anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But no, in this trailer, I definitely think it's Anakin.
Yeah.
Because there's like a slice in the middle of the door. Like only a lightsaber could do that.
It's not just learning about how to fight.
Yeah.
You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy.
Awesome.
I think that's
Awesome
a lot
subject.
of good.
Okay,
Yeah.
hear me out. Question. Jacob hosts a short Star Wars discussion at the end of every podcast?
Well, we'll see, because also there's only so much Star Wars discussions you can
There's
do.
a lot, though. There's a lot of Star Wars to talk about.
Yeah.
Just like, even if it is just like a, what do you guys think of this? What do you, how do you guys view this character? Because, what's his name? Babu Frick? Frick that
Okay.
guy, right?
I'll frick him.
Frick him. But,
I hope he
Yeah.
dies.
And by the time it becomes big enough for you to
I mean, as it stands
He
right
doesn't.
now, I've only
He doesn't.
seen a couple episodes of The Mandalorian, and I haven't watched the sequels. I watched the first sequel, but not the other.
Don't.
Yeah,
It's
I've
flat.
been told not to, and I have no reason to. But as it stands right now, if Babu Frick dies, water
If
under a
Babu
bridge.
Frick dies in the
Water
Mandalorian,
under a
that's a
bridge.
good thing. It's a good thing because then they could reset the fucking the universe.
Yeah, and so we got another Star Wars question
Okay.
before we wrap this up. Have you guys seen the artist cover from Disney, Star Wars, or Lucasfilms, whoever fucking posted? I think it was Lucasfilms. For the new Luke Skywalker, like the new. So what's his name? Stan Sebastian, I believe. He played Winter
Sebastian
Soldier.
Stan.
Sebastian Stan. Thank you. It's supposed to be the new Luke Skywalker.
Is that confirmed or is that just a rumor?
It's posted here. I'll try and find. But no, they have a picture of him.
I give it a
hang on,
5.
let's find- Maybe Lucasfilm. Maybe it's not confirmed. I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of like speculation that it might happen, but I don't know. Honestly, if they're gonna like ruin Luke's character anyways, I don't really care to have a show about it.
Yeah, but I saw something I'm guessing so rumored, that he takes up the Luke Skywalker mantle, which
Word.
I don't know how I
Neat.
feel.
Yeah.
I think that they should just kind of end the whole Star Wars at Episode 6 and fill in the gaps from there.
Yeah,
Because that's the only shit that I look forward to now. Unless they're gonna make like a cool like Ahsoka show that's like right after Revenge of the Sith. Like I'm really not looking forward to anything else.
yeah.
Or if they go into like Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Rebels
I was
and
gonna
all
say,
that.
old would be awesome if they went that old.
Yeah,
Because they
Old Republic
completely
would be-
they already fucked up what happens after. So
Yeah.
can't really do much
Oh, in
with
the
that.
past. Yeah, I think they should definitely do some Old Republic stuff, and then like
What's funny is like they know they did it too because like if you notice, there's no plans from Disney to show what happens after any of the sequel films or in between.
Mhm.
Like nobody even wants to touch it because they know they fucked them up so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, would there be space to make a new movie like way after the sequels? Like
No.
Collapse of the Empire, something like that. Now, it has no connection to any of those characters. It's just a random new set of characters, just kind of trying to make their way through the galaxy. I don't know, clean up. Maybe they
No,
find a lightsaber.
because
Maybe they.
none of it's original anymore. They'll literally do what they did with the 7th one and copy and paste the 4th film.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, hey, you know what would be really cool for the 2nd one? We'll copy and paste one of the other movies. Like, that's literally all they did with the sequels, but they fucked them up because the characters weren't interesting. And then they had great characters that like they could have built off from the 7th film, like the idea of a stormtrooper coming over and becoming like a Jedi. That's actually a really cool like concept and idea. But
But
they fucked it up.
That. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my god. That is what really blew my mind about
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
sequel.
And
Finn
that
did
actor-
all this
Yeah.
to do nothing.
That actor, huge Star Wars nerd. He could have fucking wrote that whole goddamn trilogy to make it actually good.
Yeah.
I think.
And they just completely ruined it, and he was pissed about it too.
Yeah.
Like I felt for the actors involved because
Yeah.
they knew how bad the movies were. Like I was watching like fucking interviews, and they had no vision of what Rey's how Rey's character was going to end. They had like no vision for it.
Yeah.
Like there was like scripts that said she was like Obi-Wan's long lost daughter, and then there was like scripts where like she was related to like fucking Leia and Han somehow, or like.
I think that it being actually a really cool concept is
Okay.
one of Obi-Wan's
Obi-Wan,
children,
like
because
sorry,
him and that Prime Minister of Mandalore, I can't remember, Count Duchess something or Duchess
Satine.
something.
Yeah. No, for
Duchess
real, because
Satine.
like they had an
That'd be great.
actual.
Or,
Like-
yeah, a thing.
Yeah.
They were fucking.
Yeah.
They were.
110%. So like, if that happened, that'd be awesome. But
They really would.
but there is so much Star Wars lore that is completely untouched. Like
Mhm.
like with the books, with the whatever, this, that. Because like you guys know about the zombie virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that shit. That's scary. That's like some serious shit. So I would love to see something about that.
Yeah, I think all they have to do to make good Star Wars shit is to build off of, or if it's not a film already, do stuff that is already made by George Lucas, because he knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only had a whole fucking script written for all 3 of the films that
Yeah.
were supposed to be the sequel.
Honestly, make those 3 movies and call them 7, 8, and 9, and then just
Yeah, just sweep the other ones under
recall
the rug.
the other ones.
Nobody would cry. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us on this week's Squadcast. Make sure to go follow all of our social media. Anything else to plug?
The music, Juicebox Squad music, still on the way, getting further and further. So be
That's
in
right.
tune for that when we get that
The
release.
merch is coming.
Adam's working on merch, right? And yeah, tune in next week. We'll see you later.